Okay, Rhea, let's talk. Let's get it on. So what you wanted to know was, and you don't know this already, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so what you want to know is, okay, so either people are gonna rent or they're gonna buy, right? All right, so either way, you're gonna be paying money. All right, monthly. Okay, so what you need to know is, what you were asking me is, say it again.
When I go to buy property, am I gonna have to pay anything extra after it's mine? And
Okay.
you're saying right off the bat, like I won't be able to buy it in full. I won't be able to pay for that property in full. I have to have my income at a certain amount, and then the bank will loan me a loan so that I can purchase that property, and then monthly I'll have to pay that back to the bank.
Right. Exactly. And you're trying to figure out what the benefit is and why should you do it that way?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you were trying to ask me? Because
Yeah.
you said you want to pay yours in full.
Uh,
And I said it should cost about $320,000 for the one that you're talking about. And you said that you don't want to make payments to nobody. You want to pay yours in full. And I said, okay, go ahead and do it. And you said, all right. And I was like, okay, so where you gonna get the money from? And then you're like, that's what you need. You don't know. You'll figure it out. So
mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to explain now. So I just needed to recap so that I can remember what we were talking about because I wanted to record this so that I can kind of relay it to other people with the question. Okay. So the benefit. Okay. So like I was trying to say, either you're gonna buy or you're gonna rent. I mean, somebody's gonna pay something to somebody. You're gonna always be paying somebody something, right? So why would you make that payment every month knowing that you have to make it regardless to somebody else's property and not your own? So the more you make payments to your own property, it's like you're putting money into a savings account. You understand? Let's say your property started out at $320,000, all right? And let's say you paid every month, you've been paying $1,200 a month. No, let's say every month you've been paying, to make it easy for myself, $1,000 a month, okay? Let's say every month you've been paying $1,000 a month for 10 months. That's $10,000 that you've been paying total. All right, for that first year, you've been paying for 10 months, and that's $10,000 off of the $320,000. So now you only owe $310,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now let's say you turned around and you decided at that point, I just want to sell this place, but I want to sell it for exactly what I bought it for. All right. You turn around and you sell it for $320,000. How much money are you gonna get back? If you just sold it outright for $320,000, you can have no other fees or whatever, and you already paid $10,000. So the bank wants how much? Because you already paid the bank $10,000, right? The bank wants how much? $310,000, because you already paid them $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
You borrowed $320,000 from them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want $310,000, right?
Yeah.
So when you sell the place for $320,000, which is what you purchased it for, right?
Mm-hmm.
You pay the bank how much they want back. How much do they need? 310.
310, and you get to keep 10,000.
Right. That's great.
If you were to pay in
It's
full
like,
up front.
but it's like you were saving $1,000 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what about that front part?
So if you pay
What we doing?
320,000 up front, they'll give it back to you.
If you pay $320,000 up front, yes, you just put $320,000 in savings. Because if you turn around and you sell the place for $320,000,
Mm-hmm.
that goes straight into your pocket. You don't have to give nobody nothing, because that's like what you paid for it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the benefit of not, because what you're doing is putting $1,000 in a landlord's pocket, like somebody else that owns the property,
Mm-hmm.
right? What you're doing if you rent a place, you're putting $1,000 into their savings. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of putting it into your own savings. Okay? And the reason I keep pushing for you guys to do a duplex or a fourplex or triplex is because, listen to this. Let's say you got that $320,000 property and it is a fourplex. All right, it has 4 houses on it, right? In it. So you rent each unit for, let's just use $1,000 again, all right? You rent each unit for $1,000, all right? You stay in one. So you staying in one unit. Let's still say your mortgage is $1,000 a month, which is almost impossible, but let's just say your mortgage is $1,000 a month and you renting 3 units and you staying in one, right? So let's just take away your amount. Let's say the other 3 units, that's $3,000, right? That you'll be bringing in every month, right? Let's say your mortgage is $1,000, so you take $1,000 away from that $3,000 that they're paying. All right, we're not even considering, because you're not paying anymore. You're not paying rent. All right, because that's the whole reason you wanted the place, so you don't have to pay no rent. Your mortgage is $1,000. You took $1,000 away from the $3,000 from those other 3 units. You still pocketing $2,000. You're still able to pocket $2,000. All right.
Yeah.
So let's say you go to work every day. Let's say you don't want to go to work no more, even though I don't agree with this scenario. Sam, let's say you don't want to go to work every day. Let's say you go to work every day, but you don't want to. You decide, okay, I'm only making $1,500 when I go to work. You know what I mean? Why am I going to work when I'm making $2,000 at this, with my property? All right.
That makes sense.
Does it make sense? Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Okay, so that's why I was saying that after 2 years, you do it again. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can do it quicker than that. If you kept your credit profile great, do it again. Buy another fourplex. All right? Do the same thing, and how much money are you pocketing every month? Oh, actually, you're pocketing more than that because you're not living in one of them. You understand? So you're getting $4,000 a month. All right? Somebody's paying that one, so that means you got 3. So your total income in your pocket.
It's $5,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be working.
And on top of that, you'll be working. You know what I'm saying? So you get your money, you're working from the job, which probably should be about $3,200 a month by then because you got your education. So $3,200 a month plus the $5,000 in the 2 properties. You understand? But you you become a real estate investor. So then you just start doing that every several years. You just do it again. Pop, 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 pop. Just like Monopoly. Yes, ma'am. That's it. So that was our 101 on getting out of your mom's house. Hey.